All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. It is insane to still fathom that the Raiders just picked Ashton Jeanty at the 6th overall pick. It's really seriously hard to fathom. I'm almost shell-shocked that the Raiders management actually did it. They actually did it. What a good time to be a Raiders fan. And, I know, like, okay, we do this every year. The Raiders have been bad for so many years. Ashton Jeanty, it's consensus across. I bet if you asked every 31 other NFL GMs in the league right now if Genty was worth the 6th overall pick, all of them would say yes. Literally every single one. And we saw what Saquon Barkley did to Philadelphia last year, and the Raiders were dead last, and it probably wasn't even remotely close. That's how bad the Las Vegas Raiders were running the football last season. And Ashton Jeanty, his calling card is breaking tackles. And just the simple fact that John Spytek had the balls to take a running back in his first year as the GM, like, I get it. Ashton Jeanty is like, All-American, Heisman, right? All-Pro potential, Pro Bowl potential at minimum. But at 6 for a new GM to do that, man, hats off, tip of the cap, respect right there. His 2,601 rushing yards in 2024 ranked second all-time in NCAA history, trailing only Barry Sanders for the most in a single season. He punishes defenders. If you do not wrap this man up properly, whether it's his legs or his arms, he will break off. He will either juke you, he will run through you, he will do whatever he wants. And it's crazy because one of his best traits is his patience. And that's a common thing you see with great running backs is their patience. He makes really smart, systematical cuts and timing to just kind of throw the linebackers off, right? And once he throws the linebackers off, he makes his cut and just runs. Like, he just literally runs. Last year, he had 2,600 rushing yards. I get it. He ran 374 times. It's insane. This is Madden numbers. This is like NCAA 07 numbers right here with like Reggie Bush. It's crazy. He averaged 7 yards per carry on 374 rushing attempts. So I get it. I know what you're saying. He played at Boise State. It's not the best competition. I understand. But when he did play good competition, it was like, oh, yeah, okay. He's a top 10 pick. He's the best running back in this draft class. And one thing that you also see on tape is he's solid in the passing game. He had a really good year 2 years ago. So like this past season, 2024, he only had 23 catches for 136 yards. But if you go back to 2023, he had 43 catches for 569 yards, averaging 13.2 yards per catch and just a little under 50 receiving yards per game. So that's going to help out Geno Smith. That's going to help out the offensive coordinator, the head coach. It's going to help out every coach, the offensive line. Just finally, like, dude, I'm looking at the depth chart right here. It truly, and apparently I just saw this stat in 2023, he led all FBS running backs with 569 receiving yards. So that led college football. I know that Las Vegas needs a wide receiver, but just the new backfield being Geno Smith and Ashton Jeanty is crazy. And I already know what people are going to say. Like I said, wide receiver, it'll be taken. They'll take a wide receiver. They've got a couple of extra draft picks on day 2, and they'll be taking a wide receiver. But even as it stands right now with Jacoby Myers and Trey Tucker, it's not the worst. It would be towards the bottom of the league if they don't take a wide receiver in the top 100. But keep an eye on even possibly 2 wide receivers at some point in this draft. The tight end is all squared away with Brock Bowers. Michael Mayer is still on the roster, but I get it. Guard position is still a need for this team. What people don't know, and we're talking about the Las Vegas Raiders, and Raiders fans are well aware of who Jackson Power Johnson is. This dude looks like long-term could be one of the best centers in the NFL in like a year or two. Like literally in 1 year or two, JPJ might be one of the best in the business. Colton Miller, left tackle, is also one of the best in the business. And DJ Glaze and Thayer Munford over at right tackle. So left guard, Jordan Meredith, they're going to upgrade that. Right guard, Dylan Parham, he can slide all across the interior offensive line. And then they made an underwhelming move in Alex Kappa right before free agency officially began. So you'll see, here's my guess, and I hate making predictions because by the time, honestly, some of you guys even watch this, day two will be over. But like, I'm thinking wide receiver and guard in the next two picks. That's personally what I'm going for. The Raiders defense, I don't need to tell Raiders fans this. The Raiders defense is actually super solid. What they dealt with last year was just insane amounts of injuries to their defensive line, which is the calling card. And we just dealt with that BS Christian Wilkins re-injury, re-surgery rumor. So Christian Wilkins played like, what, 5 full games for Las Vegas last year? Oh my goodness, the Bears just drafted Colston Loveland, completely unrelated, but seems like people are catching on to this tight end train here. The Raiders' statistical defense, 13th in rushing, that's going to be top 10 next season. They were 25th in opponents' points per game, but considering they had the 3rd worst offense in the league, whether it was Gardner Minshew, Aiden O'Connell, or Desmond Ridder, the quarterback room was absolutely toast. So Geno Smith brings stability. He brings just world-class leadership. Geno Smith gives you every single thing you want in a quarterback. You finally got the head coach. You got a nice offensive coordinator. I'm really excited about Chip Kelly, and I know a lot of Raiders fans are as well. College football fans are also excited about that too. But Chip Kelly, even offensive coordinator move, it's going under the radar because, we do this all the time where it's like, or people say the Raiders do this all the time. You just get excited about things. Right, so I get it. But anyways, Ashton Jeanty, complete game changer, day one, number 6 overall pick. And I know Armand, I think he went 7 to the New York Jets right after this. I know a lot of people were calling for that, but Ashton Jeanty is by far the fan favorite here. And don't forget, Las Vegas still has a bunch of draft picks. They've got a bunch of draft picks, and I'm really curious to see what John Spytek does. Like I said, man, the defense statistically was not that good last season, but I look at this defense and I think it's pretty loaded. I'm really excited about the new linebacker room, but they're definitely going to take a linebacker at some point as well. Wouldn't be surprised if that was one of their next 2 picks. But the secondary is also really interesting. So some people wanted Will Johnson at number 6. This rest of the draft, man, I'm excited, but the secondary as it stands right now is Jacorian Bennett, coming off a solid sophomore campaign, new additions, Eric Stokes, Lonnie Johnson, and Jeremy Chin. Very excited about Jeremy Chin. Isaiah Palamau, who is super underrated, and that nickel is it going to be MJ Devonshire? You still have DeCamerion Richardson coming off a rookie season, so that cornerback room is definitely going to be addressed as well. So still a lot of needs, but nothing that's necessarily pressing now that Ashton Genty is officially a Las Vegas Raider. So, folks, hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL and Raiders content. But folks, give me your grade down below. I think this is a clear consensus A+. But if you've got a different take, let me know down below. Thank you for watching, and good time to be a Raiders fan, man. Peace.